going to be showing you how to flatten these boxes down and just generally do them up a little bit. If you're like me and you enjoy like keeping things in as good condition as you can, that kind of stuff, and also this is a little bit annoying. Now this won't completely remove the like bends and stuff, but it will definitely strengthen your cardboard again, so that it's gonna be able to hold an actual structure as opposed to just kind of breaking and not being straight. The other reason why I want to do this is you can get these little plastic boxes that you can protect your games from. They're quite expensive, but they do a really good job of keeping them all nice and protected. And if you have like a bend, they're quite a snug fit, and you might want them to just kind of like slip straight in without having to worry about damaging any of this. So doing this process will also help with that, and it will just generally do them up quite a bit. So without any further ado, let's just get into the first step. Before I do this, I would just like to mention that if you have like a really expensive game, I wouldn't suggest doing this to. This is about £10 roughly, so it's not like a massive loss. The game alone with the instruction manual sells for about £5, so if this did go horribly wrong, which it shouldn't, then it's not the biggest like problem. If you have like a really expensive like game, even like Zelda for example, Ocarina of Time, or Majora's Mask, and you've got this kind of bend in it, I would not bother doing that, unless you plan on just keeping it for yourself for the rest of your life. If you want to sell it on eBay, just sell it. Tell them that it's got one crease down the side and maybe charge a couple of quid less, and that will save you money in the long term. So the first thing what we're going to be doing is taking a knife. You might not need a knife, it just depends. Basically all we want to be doing is just separating this seal of glue down here. Now, this is going to be really hard to do with one hand, so I'm just going to kind of get it started and then I'll come back and show you. Okay, so once you've taken off the piece, so you've got like a nice kind of flat pack box, you want to make sure you're laying it down flat. We're not actually going to be doing it just straight onto this. You're going to need like a towel, like a flannel or a face towel, or a hand towel or something. Even a t-shirt will do. If you have a little bit of paper left on here like this, it's not a big deal. We'll take that off anyway, and then we're going to be re-gluing it, and you won't ever see that again. And it will be in such good condition pretty much that the people you sell it to, you won't need to do it again either. So yeah, let's just put this on top of here. Try and make sure that anything like this is all flattened down, and then put the towel over. If you don't, then it might fold and then pretty much be permanently like that. Also, things like this, don't rip off this bit of plastic because you can repair that with glue later on. Okay, so once you've got it down, yeah, you can leave a little bit out the end, it doesn't really matter. You want to take your iron. Now this is only a steam one, it's like steam just coming out of here, which is okay because even if the cardboard does get slightly damp, when it dries, it will dry nice and flat again. So just want to do this. So you do this all over the whole box until it's flat. I'll get back to you when that's done. Okay, so once you've ironed a fair amount of it, you'll notice that it's pretty much like not bending at all, especially where the actual original problems were. It's pretty rigid now. Also, for example, this one doesn't have like a sliding insert. It's got this little piece which kind of holds the cartridge in. That'll be all flat packed, but we can pop that up later. This is kind of obviously a bit of a problem. We can't really repair that too much. You could put sellotape on there if you wanted to, but I'm not really going to bother too much with this game. But as you can see, it's really starting to hold its shape again. You also want to be changing the directions you're going in so that it doesn't kind of warp, but that's also something you can fix later on. So like I said before, you can take off these little pieces of paper, especially once the glue is melted from the iron. It comes off really easily. It doesn't really matter too much about the really small things like that. Funnily enough, it says English just up there. These little bits we'll fix later on with some glue. This is probably the best it's going to get. Again, you could put some sellotape around it to give it some more structural integrity, but that flap will pretty much be down anyway. And not going to lie, I'm probably not going to be playing this game too much. But yeah, so it's getting there. This piece here is really improved. It's still kind of going to bend a little bit because the cardboard's actually ripped down the middle there. But it's definitely a lot better than it was.